Hey, Chaz. How are you doing, my friend? I'm doing well. Let me switch my camera. There we are. Chaz, my friend, how we doing today? We doing good? You good? Wonderful. Wonderful to see. Have a lovely weekend, I hope. A pretty nice and relaxing weekend. That's true. Nice, nice. Back to school today. Very good. You had a good weekend. That's good. That's all that matters. Have a nice little relaxing weekend there. No problem. I did. Wade, my dude, how you doing, buddy? We doing good? I had a pretty chill weekend. How you been, Wade? I hope you're doing well. Got a good day ahead of us, that's for sure. Aiken, my friend, I'm doing good, Aiken. How are you? Yeah, I shaved. Yeah, this nice and clean cut here. Yeah. Like I said, everybody says I look super different when I shave, so. Oh, nice, Aiken. I've been meaning to put together a new PC myself. I'm just not sure when. I know, everybody says I look super different. So, I ain't gonna lie, it's true. I just look that much more handsome. Damn. It's okay, Wade. I sent out the email and everything, so I'm glad you got it. That's good. Hey, Trig is nice. Once you get used to it, though. Won't say that it's the easiest thing in the whole wide world, but once you get used to Trig, it's not so bad. It just takes a little bit of getting used to, that's all. Grab this. Double angle. You know, the unit circle is actually pretty easy. Once you understand the first quadrant of the unit circle, you can map every other quadrant based on the first quadrant of the unit circle. All right, Chaz, have fun. Yeah, the unit circle pretty easy to memorize. Yeah. All you have to know is that you have the x and y coordinates there, and then you just basically use SOHCAHTOA. You can then just say, all right, the x coordinate's cosine, the y coordinate's sine. Then you have the y coordinate over the x coordinate being a tangent. All right, there you go. And then you got all your values there for sine, cosine, and tangent. That part is pretty easy. You just have to know what angle goes with which. Remember, reference angles are very important in to memorizing the unit circle there, Aiken. So double angle identities take a little getting used to, but they're not too bad. They're not terrible. Hey, young toast. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well, my dude. It does take a little while to complete. You just got to find, not just based on the unit circle, but you can use any angle. Sine of x is equal to like 0.7, and then you can kind of figure out what the angle is from there. Do inverse sine, or if you have sine of x equal to some value and you need to find the other 5 trigonometric functions, then you need to use right triangles for that. You know, there you go. Maths, 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 maths. That's right, Sam. That is correct. But I believe, Sam, FIFA requires lots of maths. I believe higher rated cards build better chemistry. I believe that requires maths. I believe that's how it works, Sam. FIFA has a lot of maths built into it, you know? Remember, a lot of maths are built into FIFA and trying to get you to buy more packs. You know how it is. You should read up on DDA, Sam. Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, DDA is pretty, Madden doesn't need... So, the one thing about Madden is that... The one thing about Madden there, Wade, is that Madden's not as much of a cash cow as FIFA is. So you would implement DDA in... which is dynamic difficulty adjustment, in a game like FIFA, because you can make more money out of it. As long as you can build a cycle where you get people to buy more packs over and over again, and basically skew the math in the company's favor, you know, in order to basically get you to buy more and more and more because your team's still struggling, yeah, then basically that's the way they kind of get you into a loop over and over again. Megan, hello, how are you? I'm doing really good today, Megan. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, DDA is no fun. DDA is DDA is a stain on the video game market. Hey, cool dad, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. You spent 0 this FIFA? You mean you spent 60 pounds? You still spent 60 pounds on FIFA. The kids were up at 5. Oh my gosh, wow. You got good grades on the test? Yes! Nice job, Megan. Yikes! 5 in the morning. Your kids... Sheska, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Feel that. Woo. Man, your kids don't need... If you're giving your kids pop, I don't know, your kids don't need pop, cool dad. Your kids need to be like, whew, man. The grind is real. But that's why if I play FIFA, I only play it for fun. I won't play it for Ultimate Team. And it's not anything bad against the game. It's just, you know, it's just I like to be more casual, less sweaty. Are you doing awesome? How about you? I'm doing wonderful, Cheska. I'm doing wonderful. It's a great day out today. I made the Twitter before I made the Twitter before I really started doing the Professor Chips thing, so that's why it's different. Harry Potter Quidditch Cup on GameCube, Xbox. Is that a pay-to-win franchise? Is that how it goes? FF's pretty casual. Yeah, I was enjoying it. Yeah, I've been getting into other games there. Bingal, how are you doing, my dude? I hope you're doing well. All right. All right. Have I played the new Hitman? No. There are very few games I can get into because, of course, I got to do this first. You know, teaching's got to take priority. So a lot of my time is spent here teaching, and then maybe watching some YouTube videos. So I play like a few games at a time, but I don't play like a ton of games. So I haven't played the new Hitman at all. So if you're talking like I'm a super casual gamer, you know, I'm not super sweaty, but you know, that's the way I play games. Is I may play two or three at a time, and maybe that's the most that I'll play at a time. So yeah, you gotta responsibilities got to take priorities. It's kind of like one of those things. I wish I was, you know, I wish I was back in the day where I was younger, but I can't do those sort of things anymore. Gotta do the priority things. You know, it's important. All right. Gotta do adulting, guys. That's how it rolls. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get going here. I think we're okay. All right. So it's about statistics here, my friend. Statistics, stats. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's get started today. Welcome back. Welcome back to Monday. Hopefully, have a nice weekend. All right, so today we are going to be continuing to move forward here in Chapter 5. Okay, so Chapter 5, we were talking about probabilities. Last time in section 5.2, we talked about how to figure out probabilities with ORs. Okay, so like a probability of A or B. We looked at several examples about that. Remember that it depended if it was a, again, mutually exclusive, i.e., disjoint events, or again, two events that are separate from each other. And then we talked about if they're not necessarily separate from each other, we have to take away the quote unquote double counting that you do there. We looked at an example about that here previously. Okay, in any case, let's go ahead and move forward here with section 5.3, and we're going to talk about several examples in there as well. So let's go to the big board here, and let's put it up. All right. So here we are. We're in section 5.3. I'm going to make this a tad bit bigger so we go through this stuff carefully. All right. So let's look at section 5.3 here for today. All right. And if we have time here, we're going to do section 5.4, but we're going to do a little bit of group activities to kind of go along with this section here today. Okay. Let's talk about what we're covering here for 5.3. Again, we're going to talk about independent events. We're going to use the multiplication rule for independent events. And we're going to compute at least probabilities. One of the things that we talked about here at the very beginning of this section, chapter, I should say, is talking about the wording of a lot of these questions. And the wording in regards to a lot of these questions here are going to be incredibly important for what we need to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what independent events are. All right. So let's go ahead and discuss at least the core definition. So first of all, let's look at question number 1. So question 1 says, what are independent events? Actually, really quick here, can you guys read that? Is that okay? Or should I make that zoom in on that a bit bigger? You guys let me know. Think I should zoom in on that, or can you guys read that? You want to zoom in a little bit? Okay. A little bit of zoom would be nice. Okay. Yeah, like I don't have the strongest eyes, so myself. So if you have like a tough time, if you have a tough time seeing things, I'm super nearsighted, so I would understand that if you have a tough time seeing this. I can make these bigger, by the way. Why don't I do that here as well? Make these. All right, there we go. All right. Yeah, it's just my eyesight's pretty bad, but you guys are the ones that are looking at the screen here. All right. In any case, what are independent events? So independent events are two or more events A or B in which the probability of event A does not affect the probability of event B. Okay. We can also call independent events as disjoint events. So this is pretty much similar to what we talked about here in the last section where we said, okay, if I flip a coin and it comes up heads or tails, the difference, the first flip and the second flip have nothing to do with each other, right? Nothing that from the first flip affects the second flip of the coin. And once again, this is essentially the same thing. If we call the first event the first flip and the second event the second flip, since those two things are separate, they have nothing to do with each other. They're independent events at the end of the day. Okay, so what we want to look at here is we want to look at specifically the multiplication rule for independent events. All right, so what happens if they're truly independent, right? If they're two separate things here. Okay, so if they're two separate things here, then we say, okay, the multiplication rule for independent events. Assuming A and B are independent events, then probability of A and B, okay, so note here, the probability of A and B, all right? So note the wording here once again. So I'm going to stress this one more time. What we talked about here in the last section was the probability of A or B, okay? So that was with or. This time in this section here, the difference is the wording here. Instead of or, we deal with and. And with A and B, that would be the probability of A times the probability of B. If we have multiple events, like two or more, then you just basically take all the probabilities and multiply them by each other. Okay, so by far and away, this isn't super tough to do. Okay, it's pretty straightforward in my opinion. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll take a look at a couple of examples here. We'll take a look at an example here, and then we'll have you guys try a few examples of your own. Okay. Oops, that would be my face. All right, so let's go and get the paint tool here. Bring up the textable. All right. Yes. By the way, just as a friendly reminder here to everyone, I did send out an email here not too long ago relating to the exam and the homework here. So I've extended out. I know few people had some issues there. So this is the first exam there. I extended out the due date here for the homework and the test. I made that for Thursday at 11:59. So Thursday 11:59 is when the test there. I've posted that on D2L and sent out an email. So uh, I extended that deadline here. However, this will be the only time I will extend out these deadlines. So please don't ask again. Okay, I've given you plenty of time in which to do this. The first test is always the rough go around. All right, so I know there's always the first test is always to smooth out a lot of edges there, but I've extended out. This may be the only time I'll extend out a due date. So, all right. So just letting you know. Let's see. Let's get to a book here. Good. Not too late to not get a C. I think you're. I think you're better than that. All right. Let's see if I can grab a book here at some point. Loading. Okay. You're like, that's fair. Okay. That's weird. The text does not want to open up. Very strange. Okay. Well, in any case, if the text isn't going to open up, I guess I will have to, not sure why it doesn't want to open up, per se. I was doing fine this morning. Now it does not want to do it. He's doing well in the test. Okay. Yeah, but did you try the practice test there, Ziggy? There we go. Okay. Took a while to load up there. Because the practice test is like the real test. So yeah, so if you try the practice test there, then you can actually compare the two. So how many tests will we have for this class? Hey, thanks for the 5 bits, Fader. How many tests will we have for this class? We're going to have 3 tests for this course, and then a final. Yes, the practice test is made exactly so you can get used to the types of questions you will see on the exam. So it's exactly as Athena says. So it's just like the real one, just with different numbers and whatnot. So you still have time to do it, though. So that'll be fine. All right. Okay. So we're going to take a look here at several problems, and I'm going to switch them around here. Switch that around. There we go. For some reason it likes this. Okay. So let's take a good look here at let's take a good look here at number 12. Okay, here on the here in the book. So I'm gonna move my face out of the way here. Do that. Okay, so let's look at number 12 here first and foremost. Number 12 says, let's go ahead and read this off here. So rolling a die. What is the probability of obtaining 4 ones in a row when rolling a fair 6-sided die? All right, we'll interpret this probability. All right, seems all right. So how do we so let's talk about this here. Let's go in order. So what I like to do here for this one is just to draw out a few blanks. Okay, let's just draw out a few blanks here. So we say, all right, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, first and foremost here, let's answer this question. Is each roll of the die of this fair 6-sided die, is each roll of the die a independent event? What do you guys think? Let's put up a poll here. Okay. Let's put up a poll here. Let me grab this. Put a poll. So rolling a die. Dependent. All right, we'll put yes or no. All right. Let's go up top there. We got a poll up top just for a minute here. What do you guys think? Go ahead and vote. Is rolling a die an independent, are rolling dies independent events? So I roll one, and then I roll the next one, same one, roll it again, and I roll it again. 4 times in a row in this particular case. All right. All right. Switch back to my regular cam now. All right, so it looks like we have a majority of people saying yes. Okay, so everybody said yes here to the poll. Okay, and that is correct. Okay, so it is indeed independent. Okay, all of them are every single roll here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3, and roll number 4. That's what each of these blanks here represent. So I'm rolling a 1 here. All right, I want to obtain 4 ones in a row. Maybe I get, I'm just bad luck. Okay, that can happen. All right. So practice test is not mandatory. So 1/6 to the 4th power. That is correct, right? So we have a 1 out of 6 chance on the first roll to roll a 1. That's right. 1 out of 6 chance on the second roll. 1 out of 6 chance once again on the third roll to roll a 1. And a 1 out of 6 chance here on the fourth roll just as well. Now again, what we want to do here is we want to make sure we put this as a decimal here. Remember, one of the things we talked about here is we said, okay, 4 decimal places is going to be pretty much here for the probability stuff for most of these questions here, even on the homework, is going to be the norm. All right. We'll have 1/6 to the 4th power, or 1/6 times 1/6 times 1/6 times 1/6, whichever way you want to put it. They both represent the same thing. All right. And what do we get here as an answer? What do you guys, can you guys tell me? 1/6 to the 4th power, what's that? Okay, give me a decimal for that. It's going to be looking a little different there. So actually, let me go ahead and bring up the calculator for this. So this actually may be a good time to talk about this. So let's talk about this right now. Yeah, so it's going to look a little different on your calculator there. Okay, Kristen, you are partially correct here. Partially correct. So I'm gonna point out something here that is a little bit important. So let's at least let me show you here on the calculator. Okay, that's correct. Yes. So Kristen and Athena, Megan, that's correct here. Let me go ahead and show this off here. Yes, too close, chess sketch, close. So we're gonna do we're gonna do 1/6 to the 4th power. So I'll show this off here on the calculator. Set the caret key, and then we'll put it to the 4th power. Now, what you may see, and what you may see in future problems as well, is you may see answers that look like this, okay, where it says 7.716. You probably see this on your calculator right now, no problem. The last part there at the very end actually does have an importance here, this e to the minus 4. As Megan has correctly stated here, that represents times 10 to the minus 4 power. Okay, so basically, how do you read this here? Well, let's at least write this down here. So I'm going to put this off to the right here. Um, actually, yeah, it's fine. I'll take away my face here once again. Transitions are easy. Have a click on the button. All right. So this reflects as 7.716 times 10 to the negative 4th power. So when you see that little letter E there on your calculator, which will be a thing that will pop up from time and again here, is that note here. Let's put a little note here. Note the blocky letter E here is equivalent times 10 to the usually some power here, 10 to some power. Okay. So the way we want to do this is if we want to reflect, say, times 10 to the negative 4th power, for example, we move the decimal place over to the left, in this case, 4 spots. So here we want to have, say, we want to go 0.0007716. So this is equivalent to what we have up here. Again, you just move it over 1, 2, 3, and 4 spots to the left. So that would be essentially your final answer here, would be something akin to what I have posted there. So if you do see this in the future, which we may run into in several problems um, in future chapters for sure, or if something has just extremely low odds, like on the book here is like, oh, winning the lotto has such low odds. It's, winning the lotto is astronomically low. So of course you're going to see something like something times 10 to the negative something, power, for example. Uh, are there any questions about that, by the way? Remember, type no in the chat if you. What's the probability of getting a Yahtzee with the 3 rerolls? That's a good question. I have to think about that one. Depends. Well, you want all sixes, right? Because that's what Yahtzee is. Is just all sixes. Is that right? I almost forgot how to do Yahtzee. I forget if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or it's just all sixes. Because if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then it would be still actually the same thing. Oh, it's all the same number. Okay. Yeah, with the rerolls, rerolls it kind of matters. I have to think about that one because the rerolls it actually matters because remember whether you hold or not, it depends on the circumstance. So it's quite high. It's quite low though to get a Yahtzee even with the rerolls. The first roll really is the biggest key when you try to get a Yahtzee. So yeah, okay. I'll come back to that. I promise you that. I'll think about that one. Okay. So we get 0.0007716. Okay, that's what we get here in this instance. Okay. maybe your wife cheats at it. I don't know. Maybe she secretly switches one of the die and you just have no idea. Or maybe your wife has just wonderful luck. Either case, Uh, pure luck, maybe. Yeah, it could be pure luck. Okay. Now we're gonna do another problem here. So let's do another problem here, ladies and gentlemen. Switch back cameras. All right. Next one here says we're gonna do 15. 15 says the ELISA test is a test to determine whether the HIV antibody is present. The test is 99.5% effective, which means that the test will come back negative if the HIV antibody is not present 99.5% of the time, pardon me. The probability of a test coming back positive when an antibody is not present is 0.005. Suppose that the ELISA test is given to 5 randomly selected people who do not have the HIV antibody. All right. So letter A, let's talk about both parts here. All right, so we're going to do both parts here together. Okay. So letter A says, what is the probability that the ELISA test comes back negative for all 5 people? So what is the probability that the ELISA test comes back negative for all 5 people? Now let's answer this question here really quick. Are all 5 people separate independent people? Okay. Are all 5 people separate independent people? Yes or no? Okay. So it's fair for us to assume that is correct. The answer is definitely yes. Okay. The key thing is that we randomly selected 5 people. So we didn't select like 5 people in a household here. We randomly selected 5 people. We have no idea. These people could come from anywhere in maybe our local area if we're doing this in a local area. All right. So they have nothing to do with each other. That's the way we're going to make the most unbiased test as possible here. All right. Hey, how you doing, my friend? Um, Yeah, I have no control over that part. I know, I know. I have no control over that. I'm sorry. Okay. Once you get past that, I don't have anything like that on here. So those are set by the thing. All right. So let's take a look here at letter A. What is the probability that it comes back? So we know that it's independent. All 5 people are independent. So let's just draw a dash mark here for all 5 people. Because all 5 people here are independent, as we've correctly stated. And what's the probability that they have a negative test? What's that going to be? What's the probability that they have a negative test according to the problem? Take a look at the question there, cool dad. So a negative test. 0.05, not 0.005. That's if a false positive. They want a negative test. So that means that it comes back negative if the antibody isn't present is yes. Okay, good. Right. So B. All right. So I think this is a good time to kind of stop here for just a second and just reiterate here. Remember, wording here is going to be incredibly important. So one of the things that is the trickiest part here in this chapter is going to be the wording. So please be very careful about the wording here so you get the right numbers in the right spots. Okay? Read the problems carefully so that way you know that in this case here is indeed correctly stated here as 0.995. Okay, as you guys have now said. So wording here, I said it in section 5.1. I'm just going to reiterate it here for the entire chapter. If you're not careful, it will trip you up, and you don't want that. And then it gets to be really messy really quickly. So each person here has a 99.5% chance to test negative, according to the problem here. So we're just going to multiply 0.995 each time here. That looks pretty bad, but no. It'll have to do. All right, so here we're going to get 0.995 to the 5th power. Again, each person here, as we've stated, is an independent event. All right. And let's go to 4 decimal places for this here. Does anybody have an answer for this here? 0.995 to the 5th power here. What do we get here? 0.9725 or 52? Dead calculator. Sorry, you have an interwebs. You got a calculator on there. Come on, cool dad. I know you better than that. 9752. Okay. Glad that mixed around. That's cool, cool, cool. All right. Excellent, excellent. All right. So 0.9752. Excellent. Very good. All right. Cool dad has the internet. No longer has an excuse. You concur. Excellent. Maybe back in the day, cool dad, if this was the 90s, I think we could get away with that. But this ain't the 90s, my dude. Then again, at the beginning of the 90s, caller ID was still a new thing. So, yeah. All right. Imagine having Twitch in the 90s. That would be interesting. Oh, the pastel colors of the 90s. All right. Can't forget about Eddie Bauer shirts either. If we're talking about the 90s there. Bring Back in Living Color. That was a great show. Great show. In Living Color, pastel shirts, Eddie Bauer. That's what it was all about. All that stuff. You remember the 90s, born in 1995. Ooh. Well, born in 1979 there, Ziggy. I could give you the 80s. Oh, man. The 80s were an interesting time, too. All right. Now, we got to do letter B here. All right. So I want to focus on letter B here. Let's do letter B. What is the probability that the ELISA test comes back positive for at least one of the 5 people? Now, I want to focus on this particular problem here because this is where this section really starts to you need to be really extra careful here. Okay? The key word here is the word at least. Okay, so this is where we're going to talk about the words at least. What does an at least probability mean? So we want the probability of at least one. So let's be clear about what this means, okay? About being at least. When we say the word at least, that means that it's not just one that we're talking about here. Okay? It says at least one, right? So it could mean one or more. That's right, Megan. Correct. So this means again one or more. However, because these are independent events, okay, we have to deal with cases here. We have to deal with, say, the probability that, say, one of them happens to be, you know, that happens to be good, or again the probability at one, maybe the probability of two, maybe the probability of three. Maybe 3 of them have positive tests, or maybe 4 of them have positive tests. Or heck, maybe all 5 of them have positive tests. Okay? For all we know, this may be true. So all these cases here put into account, one or more. Again, actually, let me clarify one thing here. This is at least one positive, so let's at least say that. Kind of important here because of the probability side of things. Okay? Now, important part here, I did add here, cool to add at least one positive. So according to the problem here, let's look at this carefully here. What's the probability that we get a positive here? Right. Sorry, but that's why I added that part there. It's like, okay, we added a positive here. So this tends to be a little tricky. There's 2 ways to look at this problem here, but we're going to look at this in one particular way. I mean, there could be a probability of 1, there could be a probability of 2, 3 of them being positive, 4 of them being positive. Okay, now that's correct. We do know that the probability of being positive, according to the problem here, probability of just being positive for just one of those people, at the very least, is going to be 0.005 according to our problem. So okay, you give us that, fair enough. But let's think about this in a more practical manner. The issue that we have here is that there are a lot of cases to take into account. You're literally taking one person being positive, then 2 people being positive, and then 3 people being positive, and 4 people being positive, and then 5 people being positive. You have to basically like add up all these together, and then you basically, because it could be any one of those cases. It could be either one of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them, or 5 of them. So we'd have to add up all those cases together. Now let's be honest here. That's a little bit, well, needless to say, that's a little bit painstakingly long to do. Okay, we don't want to necessarily add up 5 different cases together. Okay, so we do have another tool available to us here. This part is indeed true. It is a formula. It is something that we did talk about here last week. Okay, we did talk about this in the last section here last week. If I want the probability of at least one, let's think of it the other way. Let's use, so what's the key here? If we see at least one here, and I'll put down the key here. Okay. So the key here is to use the rule of complements. So you remember we did that rule of complements thing last time. Well, we're doing it again here this time. All right. Wow. Let's cut that off. Sad. I'm sad. That should have kind of weird. Hey, Fobs, how you doing, buddy? Talking about the rule of complements, my dude. How are your new songs going, by the way? I hope they're going well. All right. I love your emotes, Fobs. They're so nice. Um, you're a very nice dude, so I won't lie. Everybody, Fobs is in here. Fobs is a singer-songwriter in the UK, working on some songs there, and broadcaster here on Twitch. Really nice guy. Really amazing dude, actually. An amazing singer. Yeah, I don't know how long you've been actually singing. You've been in the industry for, Fobs. You've been in the industry a long time, so. Okay. All right. So let's take a good look here. The probability of at least one. So if we use the rule of complements here, what's the opposite of the probability of at least one? What's the opposite of at least one? What do you guys think? What's the opposite of at least one? Mm, one. Think about it. We've had one or more, right? So what's the opposite of that? Not minus one here. Less than one would be pretty close. It's another way we can actually not one or less. Let's be clear about this here. Let's be clear about this. It says one or more, correct? So one has to be included. So I agree with less than one. What Cool Dad said, less than one. But what's another way to express less than one? Another way to express less than one. Well, yes, as an inequality, yes. But I'm looking for another alternative outside of that. So, well, that's a number that's less than one. That is not how you express less than one, though. Okay, you're getting closer here. So we said, okay, that's okay. This is why we're covering this example here, okay? This is why we're getting the wording here, okay? Wording here, as we talked about here, means a lot, and that's perfectly fine. Don't get discouraged. Oh, I kind of like that. I like this. This is very good. All right, cool dad, I like this here. The probability of 0. That is correct. Okay? I want to point this out here. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, then the only case that's left over, if I want something that's less than that, is 0. Nobody actually having a positive test. Okay? So let's think about this, right? The probability of at least 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means that any probability that's less than that is going to be 0. There's 0 cases of having a positive test. So that's how we want to go ahead and figure out what the probability is when we look at it using the rule of complements. Or here's another way to look at it. Let's look at this. I'm going to bring this up here. Just a moment. So if I were to look at it from the overall aspect of the problem here, again, put up the text here. So just to see this from the context of the question, the probability of at least one positive is equal to 1 minus the probability of no positives. Okay? So you take away that case of no positives, right? You're literally taking away that case of no positives, and then that would take care of all the other cases from 1 through 5. Okay? All right. All right. Any questions so far? We're going to figure this out here in just a second, but any questions so far? Nope. All right. So, no questions. Okay. Nope. Okay, good.Atello, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right. So let's go ahead and figure out what this is going to be. Okay, so this is going to equal 1 minus. Can anybody tell me what was the probability of no positives? What's the probability of no positives? Scroll up here for just a second. But what's the probability of no positives? Anybody tell me the exact value of the probability of no positives? If we're going to do it this way. Here's a hint. Hey, there you go. There you go. That is correct. Yes, very good, Cool Dad. That is absolutely 100% correct. It is exactly what we had just found in the previous part. In the previous part, they asked us, okay, what happens if they're all negative? Okay, what's the probability that that happens? Well, we figured that already in part A. That was 0.9752. So you see how fast you can actually do this out. It's like, okay, you could just use the previous result of being all negative, all right, or no positives, and then we can directly find the probability of at least one positive, since that's directly the opposite result. So what do we get here? 1 minus 0.9752. So we're going to get, what was that, 0.0248? Yes, okay, it is 0.0248. That is correct, Kristen. Thank you very much. Yes, perfect. Okay, So that's how we're able to find the probability of at least one positive. As you can see here, the wording here, so important, okay? So important about what we have to do, okay? Gotta do it. We have to do it. Good people. You guys are good. I appreciate you. Okay. All right. Now, what I would like to do next is to have you guys give it a try since you had a bit of, again, I want to be sure. Hey, what a ride. That's perfectly fine. That's what we're here to learn. We're here to learn. Sometimes we got to go through the roller coaster like this, okay? But, we're here to learn and we're here to get things good. So let's go ahead and have you guys give some of these problems a try. So I would like you to go to the Discord here. Yeah, it's again, that's why we're going slow here, okay? To be fair, Feiner, it's tough, okay? But that's why we're going slow here, so we can talk it out here together. So I have the Discord here. All right. So if you guys don't have an invite to the Discord, then there's the invite to the Discord, my Discord right there. Um, I want you guys to join the Discord right now, and we'll get you into groups here. Go ahead and join the math channel there, and then I'll drag you into some groups. Okay. So just go ahead and click on the math channel there, and I will drag you into groups once you go ahead and do so. All right. Yeah, so please go to the Discord here. Please go to the Discord. Okay. And then join the math channel there. We'll wait another minute here, and we'll get people here. Let's see. Who's you need to join the math channel, guys. If you're in my Discord, but you need to join the math channel so I can drag you, okay? So just click on the math icon to the left there. Uh if you Yeah, there you go. Okay. So yeah, just click on that math icon to the left, and then you'll join the channel. Join the math channel. I can drag you guys down. Mega Toaster, if you could do that there, that'd be great. You just have to swipe right, and then you'll get the side menu, and then you just click on the math channel there, Mega Toaster. There you go, buddy. All right, so I'm gonna separate you out into some groups. All right, go ahead and do it. It's gonna put you in a channel. All right. All right, perfect. Okay, so there are a couple of problems I would like you to do here. If you're not in just yet, go ahead and go into again, click on the math channel. I'll drag you down to a group channel there. You guys can talk with each other. You guys don't have to mute your mics. You guys can talk with each other there. Um, I'll be down to kind of help you guys out if you need to. But let's have group number 1 there. So let's go ahead and state that here really quick. All right. We'll have group 1 here do number 18. All right. We'll have group 1 do number 18, and we'll have group 2 do number 24. That'll be your main problem there. If you guys want to do both of them, you guys can. So 18 and 24, though, are the ones that we are going to do. There you can see them on the screen. So let's go ahead and give that a go there. All right, and I will pop into your channels there. And there we go. Again, if you're not in the, just go ahead and click on math to the left if you're not in the Discord. So I see a few of you there who are in Discord, just not in the actual channel of math that's on the left. So okay. All right, there we go. Dimar. Here, Dimar. Put you in. Ziggy. Ziggy, you're currently not in a group because you need to hit the math icon there. So if you see that list to the left there, Ziggy? If you swipe right, you'll see a list of stuff there on the left. You want to hit the math thing, and then I can drag you into a group. So swipe right on your phone. In the Discord app, and then hit math. It's just like a, it looks like this. So Ziggy, it looks like this. So you see the, well, it'd be helpful if I could put it on the screen. It looks like this math icon here. Okay. So you can see this math icon here. Again, you just have to swipe right, and then you'll hit this math icon here. I'll see it pop up, and I'll drag you into a group. Okay. Let me move you to a group channel. There you go. There you go. Good, good, good. All right. Thank you, Ziggy. Perfect. You got it. Nice. All right. Again, talk it out with you guys, okay? Just talk it out. You guys can unmute your mics there and then talk it out with your rest of your group members. I'm gonna pop into a couple of your guys. Hello.
Hello.
How we doing?
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Oh, well, very good. I'm happy to hear all of that. How you guys doing? We doing good?
I honestly don't understand.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. That's why we're here to cover this. So we're on you guys are number 18 here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in this case here, it says the probability of a randomly selected 40-year-old female will live to be 41 is 0.99855. Okay. So there's all in every single one of these problems here, there's going to be two sides of the coin. Okay, there's one, the probability in this case that a 40-year-old female lives to 41, or the probability that unfortunately that they don't. And so you have to look at both probabilities because it depends on the question. So they give you the probability that they will live to 41. That's this 0.9985 that you see here on the screen. But if they don't, you take 1 minus that because that's the opposite or the complement.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now if we look at the question here, look at letter A, it says, what is the probability that two randomly selected people, 40-year-old females, will live to 41? Remember, if it makes it easy, okay, if it makes it easy, just draw out some blanks, okay? Like, hey, this is person 1, and hey, this is person 2. So this is the first person, and then this is the second person, because they're both independent people, right? You would agree, right? So what are the odds that the first person lives? Well, that's going to be what we're given here, right?
0.99855.
That's right. That's the
Okay.
odds. That's the odds that they'll live. And then what's the odds that the second person will also live? Well, that's the same exact odds here, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So we're just going to repeat what we have here in this case.
So then we square it.
Correct.
Okay.
And we just multiply those two together, and we're going to get our probability for that.
Okay.
Yeah, as I said here, wording means as I said, wording means a lot here in this chapter. So that's why I'm going through these rather slow, so that way we get more comfortable with the wording here behind a lot of these questions. So. Oh, you guys good with the other parts? Can you guys give those a try?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys let me know. If you guys let me know, I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. You guys talk it out. All right. All right. Cool.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. I'll be back.
So the answer for A would be 0.9971.
Yeah, that's what I got.
That's
Okay.
correct. Yes, that is correct.
Oh, you're still here. Okay.
I'm sure. Yes, I never
Okay.
left.
Okay. Good thing I didn't say something bad. Just kidding.
Like, but you can say whatever you want to me, okay? Look, you can say whatever you want. I'll just take it on the chin. It's just how it is. I shaved it just for this purpose, okay? I see Cool Dad. His camera is being invaded by a bunch of hair, or some cat fur. I don't know which. Cool Dad, what's going? Cool Dad, what's going on over there, buddy? Do you have Oh, look at that. Oh my God. All right. Now I've seen amazing, adorable things. All right. I can't argue with any of this today.
Your hair. Oh
I
my
know
gosh.
that hair looks amazing. All right.
Yeah.
I wish I had. She has more hair than I do. That's not fair. That is so not fair. Oh my gosh. I mean, to be fair, Cool Dad has more hair on his face than I do on my head, so I suppose that's not a bad thing. All right, let me pop down the next channel. Hello, 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 hello.
Hello.
Hey, how we doing?
Well, no one's really talking, so.
Oh wait. This is group 2, right?
That's correct. We're in
Okay.
group channel 2. Oh, guys, let me know which questions you got. You guys gotta talk it out and see what you guys think.
I got 24.
Get 24. I'm a little
Yeah.
confused. What do you mean by 24?
No, I mean like we got. No,
Oh yeah,
like
you got.
we
Oh, question
got
24. Oh
24.
yeah. Question 24 is correct. Yes, that's the question we're working on here.
Okay.
So, what questions do you guys have about question 24? You guys tell me. Tristan, Toaster, Kristen, Stardom, Ziggy. What you guys got for me?
Sorry, I'm like really confused. Hold
That's
on. This
that.
is like. Sorry, this is like really confusing to me. Like I'm not like. I don't.
That's okay. Don't worry about that. That's what we're here. That's why I pop in here just to help clear things up.
That's.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I really don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Help clear things up.
All right. That's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the. Let's take a look at the first one here, and hopefully that'll make things a tad bit easier. All right. Okay. So, just gonna kind of separate these out here for just a second. Okay. So it says players in sports have hot streaks or cold streaks. Okay. So suppose that a hitter successfully reaches base 30% of the time. All right. So let's think of it this way: the probability of let's say getting a hit or getting on base or whatever the case may be, right? Is going to be 30%. Okay, so that's 30% you could list as 0.3. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's put it as 0.3, 0.3 for success, and then 0.7 for failure, right?
Mm.
Do you guys understand that, or should I explain that part?
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I get it.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
on.
Yeah, no problem. So let me know if you want me to keep going.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So
Yeah,
let's take
keep going.
so let's take a look at letter A. It says find and interpret the probability that the hitter makes 10 outs in 10 consecutive at bats. Okay, so that means that the hitter fails all 10 times. So they go up to bat 10 times and they fail 10 times in a row. Okay? Now, let's answer this question here. Would you agree that every time they go up to bat that's an independent event?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because I mean anything can happen between at bats, but none of them affect each other, right? So do it from a visual perspective here. So let's keep it as simple as possible. Let's do it from a visual perspective. Let's just draw 10 blanks here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'll ran out of space there. Sorry. Oh, let me just put it up to the right so it's easier for you guys. Okay. So we have 10 here. All right. Now, we want to be sure that according to the problem here, because this is the probability of failing 10 times. Right.
So is it to the 10th power?
That's correct. Yes.
No, 7.7 to the 10th power.
There you go. That's right. That's exactly correct, right? Because every time they go up to bat, right, and your reasoning is correct, right? You just do 0.7 all the way down. Does everybody see that kind of reasoning behind that?
Yeah. Mm.
Still not sure? It's okay. Just ask. If you're not sure, I'll go through each one here. So where are we getting stuck here, Ziggy?
Hold on.
That's okay.
Okay. So sorry, this is like really confusing because like the sound from the Discord and the sound from the live stream aren't like in sync.
Oh, you can mute me on Twitch, and then you can listen to me here on Discord. it'll make it easier
Yeah,
for you.
that's what I had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not completely in sync. Yeah. So
Okay, I'm
just
on my phone. So where do you go to like mute?
there should be like a little gear icon.
Okay.
And I think you can hit or actually, yeah, there should be if you hit on where was it again? Now I
For
have
me,
to
it's just on the Twitch. It's right next to the like pause and play button.
yeah, but I'm looking at the app here, so there's just I just
Yeah, because I
reference.
know how to do it on the computer, but my computer's dead. So
Okay. Yeah, just hit yeah, you can I want to be sure that it's that one there. Yeah, you can just hit pause. You know what? You can hit pause on that. Or lower, yeah, just hit pause on the video. That's fine. I was
Okay.
just hit pause on the Twitch stream and then you can listen to me. So if
Okay.
all right, maybe that'll make things easier there. I can understand if your computer's nick dead at the moment, so totally understandable. All right, so we good?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. So every time the hitter comes up to bat, it's going to be 0.7 each time down. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Because he has to fail every single time, according to the problem here. Every single time he comes up to bat, he fails.
Okay.
So that's why it's 0.7 times 0.7 times 0.7, and you do that 10 times. So it's 0.7 to the 10th power. Remember, not times 10, but to the 10th power. Okay.
Hold on. 0.7 to the 10th power.
So is it 0.0282?
That's what I
Yeah,
got too.
that's what I got. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
that's what I got.
That is correct.
Okay.
Very nice. Good job, guys.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Now try the other try the next two. Try the others and see what you guys get there. Okay. Try B and C. Don't worry about D, but just try B and C. All right.
And the probability the hitter makes 5 consecutive outs. And then
All right.
reaches
I'll be back.
base
Go ahead and discuss amongst each other. Okay.
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 All right. I'll be back. And I'm back.
I think for us, we finished our number 18.
Okay, you guys finished? Okay. All right. So let's
Well, no, we want to check our answers.
absolutely let's. Oh, okay. You want to? All right. Yeah. Of course you can check your answers there. All right. So what did you guys get for letter B?
We got 0.9927.
Okay. Did you round that last decimal up?
Oh yeah.
Be careful about that part there.
So we needed to round that.
Well, if you go to 4 decimal places, you still have to round that last spot, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 0.9928.
That's right. Yes, because there's a 277 right at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, if my math lab asks you 4 decimal places, yeah, you got to be really careful about that. Remember how particular it can be. So just making sure you guys are covered on that end. All right, but that answer for B is correct. That's really good. Nice.
Okay, and then for C, we got 0.0072.
That's correct. Yes, that is correct. Very good. Very good. And would it be unusual? What do you guys think?
Yes.
We said yes.
Yeah, what was that threshold for unusual?
5%.
5% is correct. Very nice. And it would be unusual. That would be what, 0.723%? Ooh, pretty low. Well, that's a good thing. Yes, and I think we like. I I like it. Okay, great job, you guys. Wonderful. Did hopefully that made it a little bit more clear about how we need to kind of tackle these kind of problems here.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it did.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, these some of the stuff here in this chapter we're gonna do a little bit more group work. So just because at first it's a little bit kind of confusing, but do some of those examples. It's a lot better. So all right, wonderful job, everybody. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Pat yourself on the back. You've done a great work. You've done me. Unfortunately, I don't pay you, but yeah. I'm sorry. I have nothing to give you except homework. Um. By the way, if you did come in late, I did announce an extension there for the test and the homework. So.
Oh, okay.
I sent everybody an email regarding that. So, it's extended out to Thursday. So.
On one of the attempts, I saved it for later, but I didn't finish that question, and I didn't see that you can go back to it, so I just turned that one in.
Okay.
And then attempt number 3, and I did fine, but I wish I could do it again.
Okay.
Because that was my 3rd attempt, but oh well.
I give 3 attempts. I know. Look, I wish I was sitting there too doing face-to-face stuff, trust me, okay? But this is what we got to work with right now. Trust me, I agree with you. We all want to be kind of face-to-face cuz it's sit and chill and you can talk to me and, that kind of thing.
Well, in one of the
I totally understand that.
I got it wrong because I put in like 0. Let's say 535 instead of just 0.45345. I wanted to poke my eyeball out.
Oh. Here I thought I was going to virtually get punched in the face. Well, I guess I got off I got off easy. That's good. Yeah, I know that's a little rough with the online stuff in all seriousness. Yeah, it takes adjustment once you kind of get used to it, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna pop on down and then here we go. All right, be right back. All right.
Okay.
I am back.
All right.
All right. What do we get for letters B and C here as part of number 24?
So for B, if it's unusual, we think, if we can remember correct, it's less than 5% of the time. Something's
Very
unusual.
good. That's exactly correct. Very good.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it means.
Yeah, we said it wasn't unusual because it's 30% of the time that, no, sorry, 70% of the time that they fail.
Because
yeah,
it's asking if the cold streak is unusual. So that would mean like getting 10 outs in a row, not just the 30%.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah. All right. So definitely it is unusual because the probability you got in part A was less than 5%. Okay. That part is definitely true. What did you guys get for letter C?
For C, we did 0.3 to the 5th power, and then we got 0.00243.
All right. Okay, so that's part of the answer. So let's look at this. Let's look. That's okay. That's okay. So you got to be a little careful. He says, find the probability the hitter makes 5 consecutive outs. So I agree with the first half you say here. Take 0.3, take 0.7, take it to the 5th power. I agree with that.
Oh, 0.7,
and says,
take it to the 5th?
Because it's 5 consecutive outs first,
Yeah, that's
right?
what I
Because
was saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I got confused there. I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
couldn't see the rest of the question on the Twitch.
Is it behind my head or?
No,
Oh,
it just says find the probability the hitter makes 5 consecutive. I don't know if it was outs or.
Not my bad. My bad.
Okay.
That's on me. You gotta just let me know because no, it's me. So okay, so 5 consecutive outs and then reaches base safely. So then you have 5 consecutive outs and then 5 consecutive safe hits.
Okay.
So 5 failures and then 5 successes after that. Or 5 and then reaches base safely. So then 5, actually, I should say 5 outs and then 1 success. So trying to put words in my mouth that aren't coming out.
So
So we're
Wait,
gonna
7
have
to the 5th times 0.3.
correct, yes.
okay.
Because we're gonna have we have 6 at bats here. So he gets out 5 in a row, and then the next time he comes up, he gets a hit finally. All right.
So I got 0.050421.
That is correct.
All right.
That
Cool.
is absolutely 100% correct. Nice job, man.
All right. Cool.
Does that now make sense as we getting some things cleared up here? I hope that's yeah. All right. Hopefully that's starting to clear up the confusion behind that.
Okay.
No. So, like I said, if you need to see it visually, then just, draw out the blanks here and then see what, put your probabilities down on paper. And then you can just slowly but surely just kind of fill in the blanks for each individual case because they're independent cases, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about them interfering with each other in this instance, okay?
All right.
Any other questions you guys have?
Nope. I think I'm good.
All right. You can hit play on the Ziggy. You can hit play on the Twitch stream.
All right. Should I close out of my Discord? That way the sound's not all like mixed up.
Oh, if you want, yeah, that's totally up to you.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All right. Okay. All right. So, all right, really good. All right, so talking about both of them there. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this here. All right, so great job, everybody. All right. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, that's fair, Ziggy. That's fair. Okay. I guess I'll write this down here. Are there any other questions? I know we went when we went over a couple of these today here. Each of them being an individual, but any other questions? I hope that the examples here that you guys did here together also made more sense. So hopefully that made it a bit easier to do. Any other questions you guys have? You guys can leave Discord if you want. So I'm back on the main channel. No questions? Okay. No. Nah. All right. That's odd. All right. All right. All right. So that'll take care of it for today, everybody. We're in a little overtime here, but that's okay. All right. I want to thank you guys here again for coming out here to the stream. All right. Thank you guys so much here for coming on out. We are going to see you again on Wednesday, okay? All right, everybody. We will see you again on Wednesday, everybody. Let me switch here for just a second here. Yeah. Everyone, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. All right, I will be back here on Wednesday, of course. What homework should we do? Megan, you want to do the section 5.3 homework? So up to section 5.3. I wasn't sure we'd do both sections here today, but we just did up to section 5.3 here today, so that's fine. Yeah, Wade. So 24C. 24C here. Wow, that's pretty loud. 0.0504. So 0.0504 was 24C toaster. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so very much for coming on out here once again. We're gonna we'll end off here for today. Have yourself a wonderful day, everybody. Take care of yourself and have a good one. I'll be back on in 10 minutes. All right. We will for my next class here. So I'll be back here in 10. All right. Have a great one, everybody. We'll see you soon. All right. Bye.